The Visegrad Group, which is composed of Hungary, Poland, the Czech Republic, and Slovakia, are feeling more and more sidelined by the decisions that the EU is making. They don't like the fact that they're moving towards a single market. They don't like the Euro project in general. And now, and this is Hungary in particularly, they don't like the fact that they're encroaching upon their own policies. The EU, specifically Brussels, is trying to force them in the realm of immigration. Now, Hungary's outspoken Prime Minister, Viktor Orban, has now begun a campaign against the billionaire George Soros, as well as the EU, for promoting this Islamization of Europe. And here's what Viktor Orban said. He says that the EU is saying, and that George Soros are also promoting a new mixed Muslimized Europe. Now, the Hungarians, who are over 70% Christian, are opposed to taking in migrants, as well as those that are being let in to Europe. He feels that it's his responsibility to protect Europe from what is coming. He feels, and again I quote, that these migrants could change the country's cultural identity. So he recognizes the Muslims' potential for coming into the EU and for being able to change the complexion of Europe. Now, what does this have to do then with prophecy? Let's have a look at Daniel 2, verses 40 through 42. It reads, "And the fourth kingdom," and this is the image found in Daniel, moving on through down to the fourth kingdom, "shall be strong as iron, inasmuch as iron breaks in pieces and shatters everything like iron that crushes. That kingdom will break in pieces and crush all the others." Now, this is a reference to the beast power. Now, the beast power has 10 resurrections, and we're looking at that final resurrection being represented by this next verse. It says, "Whereas you saw the feet and the toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, the kingdom shall be divided." So it's talking about this end time beast power being a composition of 10 powers as represented by the 10 toes. But notice what it says about this power. It says, "Yet the strength of iron shall be in it, just as you saw, the iron mixed with miry clay," as the King James Version puts it. So, verse 42, "And as the toes of the feet were partly of iron and partly of clay, the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly fragile." So what we're seeing here is the possibility of this being fulfilled by this Islamization of Europe, where you have, as Orban is talking about, this ability to come in and not mix fully, because iron and clay do not mix, they do not adhere to one another. And because of this mix, yet it has strength, it still has this weakness. And so while we continue to look at what prophecy could mean and what it could be, we do know it's going to happen. We're just not exactly sure what the fulfillment is. But it is interesting, and it's something well worth us keeping our eyes upon as we watch these things happen, because we are in the end times and it is definitely moving towards the very end.